Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's practice, I wanted to showcase some of the moves that we learned from Giancarlo Bodoni's DVD on the X guard. When I first learned X guard, the two most common moves that we learned was the forward shift into a wrestle up and the reverse X into cross ashi. We didn't drill a lot of that in this practice, but I'll put the resources in the description for basic options for X guard. In today's practice, we drilled some new techniques that I haven't seen anywhere, but are pretty new in this DVD, and actually it complements really well as follow-up attacks, as well as responses, specific responses from X guard. I didn't mic us up that day, so I'm going to be commentating on exactly what we're doing in this video, but hopefully you guys can learn something, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. All in all, I love this instructional, and I'm excited to add more attacks to my own X guard game.
Get up with it.
That's crazy.
Get up, get up.
No. Does he go over this? The gorgeous spot. I call it the gorgeous spot. I know this is cool.
He goes into it, but not from there. He gets from this foot.
Alright, so first things first, a lot of times we start from the Urimi Ashi position, and then once they start to defend that Urimi Ashi position, we go into this position right here, which is the Ashi X. Alright, so if you look at this clip right here, because the near side leg is being stripped off, we're going to use both of our legs to start to control the secondary leg. And then my first gambit from here would be to get Ryan onto a 4-point, where both of his hands are on the mat. Alright, so from here I have options. I could continue to push forward with his far leg to go into wrestle ups and start to climb up. However, in this technique, I'm going to grab his near side wrist, pin it to his stomach, and then roll over the shoulder. This now puts me in a place where I could pass guard or start to work my leg entries. Alright, here's another angle, and the key with this move is to be able to capture the near side leg and then do almost like a Granby roll around and up. Alright, so this time Ryan's going to sweep me, and instead of coming all the way up into a guard passing scenario, he kind of goes a bit belly down, which is going to be easier for him to start to attack and go into leg transitions. Alright, now here's a different technique from that same 4-point position. So the 4-point in X guard is very strong, because from there the base is compromised. Now, instead of grabbing the near wrist, see how Ryan's grabbing the far wrist? What this is going to do is it's going to make the forward shift much easier, as I have no base from there to come up. He can go for sweeps. From here, he could work on advancing his grips and start to take my back in that heist up transition. All right, now here's another rep. Now, again, takeaway with these two moves is if we can grab any side of the wrist, we can, because there are advantages to that and transitions from there.
Yeah, that's why I changed my grip every time. Because in the clip, he's only under the.
Okay, how do you make the pass off?
You just got the knee like that.
Here.
Yeah. And now you put my hand on the ground.
But how's the head go to the other side? Or it doesn't?
It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Just yet. And then you do the wrist.
All right, so here's going to be a leg lock transition. Now, here, Ryan's just going to do a really basic sweep. Now, of course, we can grab the wrist, but if we can grab the secondary leg, that constitutes a pretty easy sweep as well, going forward this way. Now, from here, what Ryan's going to do is he's going to be cupping the heel, passing it off to the top side, and then he's going to start to thread his leg through the top. From here, he's going to simultaneously clamp onto the heel and put himself ideally into a 90-10 scenario where he can go and complete the heel hook. So this move is definitely a challenging one, especially being able to maintain the heel and the knee line throughout the whole spin through and transition. Eventually we did get this move down. However, there's also a more pressure-based method if instead of spinning through to capture the heel, we go into cross ashi. All right, so check out this clip. So we're still controlling the knee line from here, and instead of getting up and actually collecting the heel that top side leg is gonna spin through, and then we're just gonna sit back on our opponent. And then from here, because we're sitting back on our partners, they won't be able to get up. And from here, there's like knee bar options to fall onto that attacking leg and or spinning through to get back into cross ashi. All in all, a fantastic option for folks who value position over submission. Yeah, again, the most difficult part for me was being able to maintain that heel the entire time and then obviously work for the finish. All right, guys, before I move on, I also want to shout out our sponsors, X Martial, for providing us with some awesome and stylish gear. And it all comes at a very reasonable cost. They've got a lot of new styles right now, and I'm personally a huge fan of their spats shorts. The material is awesome and it doesn't get caught while training. You can use discount code BJJDrillers to get 15% off of your order, and you can also get account perks by signing up with the BJJDrillers code. Thank you guys for the support, and let's get back into the final technique. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a transition into ushiro X, or backside X guard. And what that essentially is me passing off the near side leg to the front and essentially putting me behind my opponent. From here, I'm gonna slowly adjust my grips. Now, there's a lot of techniques that we can get in from this ushiro X position, but this one was really cool. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go into leg drag. So Ryan's not going to like it. He's going to start to crowd me. And I'm going to go with the crowd and essentially do a back roll into essentially a leg drag right here. All right, funny enough, the first technique that I learned from that backside XR position was to go into crab ride and start to chase the back. However, I found that to be really difficult because I don't have any hip grips, but rather I'm trying to get the leg grips first and then start to slowly climb my way to the hips. This one emphasizes getting the hips first, and although I might not be able to get the back take, getting into leg drag is a really comfortable position that works really well for me. All right, and check this out. So this is a really cool move to get our opponents onto a hip. I'm just gonna rewind that again. All right, so for this move to work, we need our opponents to be on a knee. And a good method of doing that is switching to reverse X. So switching the top and the bottom foot and then sweeping them away. Now, we don't need them completely down, but we just need them onto a knee like so. And then from here, this is what creates the discomfort that allows our opponents to want to crowd us in. And from that crowd, we get that forward momentum to sweep them over. From here, Ryan starts to grab onto my hips. And then as I go to crowd, boom. Amazing move. Right in the leg drag. Alright guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned a lot. I wasn't a really big fan of X-Guard until I managed to see and like study a lot of these techniques, and we honestly for this video we kind of just went through the highlights of stuff that we really thought was cool and that we enjoyed. But in the instructional, he goes through a lot of like the fundamental stuff for X-Guard, as well as like making the proper transitions from the Arimi initial positions and then going into like the follow-ups. If you guys like this video, please remember to like and subscribe for more content in the future. And as always, just remember, if you have time to kill, you have time to drill. Peace.